Hi everybody, my name is Ben Rowson. I'm 20 years old. My preferred pronouns are he, him, and I'm studying physics in Trinity College. I have autism spectrum disorder, otherwise known simply as autism, and in this video I'm going to discuss the various supports that are available to students like me on the autism spectrum in Trinity College. It should be noted that autism spectrum disorder, or as an acronym ASD, is most often used as an umbrella term for the following neurological disorders: autism, Asperger's syndrome, and pervasive developmental disorder or not otherwise specified. Since Asperger's syndrome is recognized as being at the high functioning end of the autism spectrum, the acronym ASD will also cover Asperger's syndrome for the purposes of addressing these disorders. So, people with ASD, as well as sometimes having general learning difficulties, often have to overcome various challenges within their day-to-day lives concerning social interactions and social relationships, verbal and non-verbal communication, imagination, behavior, and flexibility of thought. Since many students with ASD often have a higher than average intelligence or a high aptitude in learning, they can really thrive in a university setting. However, that does not mean that there are no challenges that people with ASD have to overcome within college. And with the number of students with ASD rising every year in Trinity College, it's important to address these challenges and know how we can help them overcome these challenges. From my own experience, I find it's very important for a student with ASD to maintain a regular routine, i.e. order and predictability. For this reason, the transition from secondary school to college can often be a difficult one, particularly in the first year. This encompasses everything from organising college material to knowing where all your lecture halls are, which can all become very overwhelming for a student with autism in the initial stages. Other difficulties include interpreting language, so for example not understanding sarcasm or simply misinterpreting instructions, social anxiety, so building relationships in college, sensory challenges. Myself, for instance, I'm very sensitive to noise. This is a challenge I have to overcome in my own life. Perfectionism, so the fear of failure, something I am also guilty of. And gross and fine motor skills, something as simple as note-taking. Should be addressed because it's one of those that I suppose those students in general have to fine-tune. But it's important for staff to know exactly how they can best support their students with ASD in college and be mindful that having ASD can have a big impact on the college experience. So clear and unambiguous instructions are always a big help. As then a student with ASD can better understand what's being asked of them by lecturers or just in a particular situation. This could be spoken and or in the written form for further clarity. Having lecture notes available in advance can help alleviate a lot of the pressure students with ASD will be feeling, and thanks to Blackboard, this is possible. A timetable of lectures and orientations to hand also isn't a bad idea, particularly if one finds themselves particularly disorientated. Obviously in the initial stages I mentioned, this can often be the case. But I, for one, am indebted to the Disability Services for the help they provided me in my first year, as I was struggling a lot from these challenges that I mentioned. They helped me suss out the resources that I needed at that time, and I cannot stress enough what a formidable asset the Disability Services in Trinity can be to students with ASD in Trinity College. For instance, for my exams, I was allowed to sit them in a low distraction venue, i.e. a quiet venue with far less people, and with extra time. These exam accommodations really put me at ease leading up to the exams and during the exams themselves, and allowed me to progress in my studies where I couldn't before. Moreover, I really found myself being able to excel in college life in general, as well as with my college work. So I hope you found this video useful and that there was something you were able to take away from it. Thank you very much.